Every month feels like a balancing act. Payday arrives and disappears almost instantly, leaving you with the belief that a larger salary is the cure. You imagine that crossing an invisible income line will make the stress vanish and wealth appear. That promise is half of a dangerous deal. The system surrounding you is engineered to extract wealth faster than you can earn it. When a raise finally comes, the money increases, but the financial pressure remains constant. This extraction is intentional design. Targeted ads, seamless one-tap financing, and messaging rewarding immediate indulgence function as tools to ensure you spend. You have been playing inside this framework without questioning the rules. Machiavelli observed that men are ruined by misunderstanding how power actually functions. He saw that influence depends on structure rather than luck. In a financial context, an income is merely a resource. It only becomes power when you impose control over it. Most people live reactively, surrendering their income to rent, bills, and subscriptions before considering their own future. Breaking this cycle requires a strategic architecture, a system that treats your future self as an obligation rather than a suggestion. Feeling trapped is the result of a non-existent strategy. Wealth building begins when your behavior changes, meaning you can start operating with tactical advantage today instead of waiting for a raise. Building control starts by exposing exactly where your money escapes. These leaks are often invisible, a $14 delivery fee or a forgotten subscription. You must track every dollar to find the gaps you previously ignored. The Rothschild banking dynasty used meticulous accounting to create strategic leverage. They tracked every franc to ensure they knew exactly where their capital was flowing. This clarity allowed them to redirect their resources with precision. This relies on rich math. A standard budget prioritizes wants before saving. Rich math makes wealth building secondary only to essential needs. Accelerate this by pushing the 50-30-20 rule into a 60-30-10 split. This helps low earners outpace high earners drowning in lifestyle debt. John D. Rockefeller practiced this habit as a young bookkeeper on a modest wage. He paid himself first from every single paycheck. He believed that his future self was the most important creditor he would ever have. That early discipline secured his position long before the billions arrived. Transferring even $50 a month, regardless of the amount's size, rewires your nervous system to treat wealth building as a non-negotiable obligation. Once you create this margin, you become your own primary threat. External obstacles are replaced by the internal urge to dismantle what you've built as your discipline inevitably fades. You must design your system to resist temptation. Moving savings into a separate bank account with no debit card and no mobile app introduces necessary friction. Removing your money from your immediate reach ensures it survives your weakest moments. This defense is necessary because you are surrounded by middle-class debt traps. 0% APR financing, expensive leased vehicles, and buy now, pay later schemes are mechanisms designed to keep you useful to lenders. Financing a luxury you cannot buy outright rehearses a lifetime of debt. It builds an identity centered on monthly payments and keeps you dependent on a continuous stream of income just to stay level. Debt consumes your future options. As the timeline shows, every promised payment locks a block of future income, turning your potential freedom into a fixed obligation to someone else. Untouchable savings and zero debt function as a shield. They protect your autonomy in an economy specifically designed to keep you useful to everyone but yourself. With your defense established, you can move to offense. While many people chase the appearance of success through flashy optics, true wealth protects itself by remaining boring and invisible. Ownership is the dividing line between those who build wealth and those who struggle. You do not wait for a massive salary to become an investor. The act of owning assets rewires your behavior long before large sums are involved. Warren Buffett prioritized this habit over the dollar amount. The small sums he earned delivering newspapers mattered less than the psychological shift he made toward consistent ownership. Ownership allows you to build quiet income, unglamorous, low-maintenance revenue streams like digital products or flipping undervalued items. These streams compound invisibly without requiring the constant grind of a second or third job. Delaying gratification publicly while building quiet income privately creates a widening gap between the money you command and the money you spend. You transition from being dependent on a paycheck to possessing genuine leverage. The final safeguard for this system is automation. Machiavelli trusted structure over human consistency because he knew that systems function even when willpower fails. Automating your bill splits, transfers, and investments removes emotion from the wealth-building process. The system executes your strategy regardless of how tired or distracted you feel. This is what financial power looks like. It is the peace of mind that comes from optionality, the ability to say no and walk away, because your life is no longer financed by a bank. This level of freedom requires no validation from society or coworkers. Relying on the applause of others means you have already surrendered your control. You design your way out of scarcity. By building a system once and letting it run in silence, you allow time to forge your sovereignty.